This is Mrs. Naslund, and today we will be talking about rotation, reflection, and translation when it comes to shapes. So first, let's start off by talking about rotation. A rotation is a turn of a number of degrees and a direction. So I always remember rotation, if you see here it has a T in it, rotation stands for a turn. And we can turn in two different directions. We can turn clockwise, the direction of a clock, or we can turn counterclockwise, the opposite direction of a clock. And then oftentimes we refer to the number of degrees it turns. So if I'm starting here and I rotate one chunk, I've gone 90 degrees. So a quarter of like a clock or a circle is 90 degrees. If I go halfway around a circle, I'm at 180 degrees. If I go another quarter, I'm at 270. And if I go all the way around, I'm at 360. So this is the original figure. You'll show the examples here. This figure here was rotated 90 degrees clockwise, meaning it went this direction. Okay, clockwise meaning going this way. And you can see that the point then rotated right over here. Now, in this picture, it went counterclockwise, again, the opposite direction of the clock. And you always have a clock in the room with you, so you can always look up at the clock and remember, oh, clockwise is the way the clock goes, counterclockwise is the opposite way the clock goes. So let's go ahead and practice drawing one of these shapes. It says draw a 90-degree clockwise rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and redraw this figure, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, meaning this direction. So I like to look at the edge that I'm going to rotate over, and I see that it's 3 tall. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 3, 3. And then now I've done this side. I'm going to mark it. Oop, I don't want to do that. I'll try that again. 3 long. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to draw so I remember that I'm on this one. Okay, so I have to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mark that. And then I see that there's 2 going up. So I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, mark it, and then I just have to connect the dots. All right, so now I've rotated my shape 90 degrees clockwise. The next thing that we're going to talk about is reflection. You can reflect or flip across a line. This line is called the line of reflection. So I like to underline the word flip. I want you to notice there's an F in reflection, flip. So you reflect over a line of reflection or a line, and you'll notice that they're mirror images of each other. If I had a mirror, it would look exactly the same. And in this case, we reflected over a vertical line. And in this case, we reflected over a horizontal line, but they're exactly the same picture mirrored over the line. So again, you're just flipping it over. I like to, when I draw it, I just kind of look and I say, okay, there's one box there. I'm going to go over one box and draw my line. Okay, good. I did that one. Now I look, there's 2 boxes that way. So I'm going to draw 2 boxes, 1, 2. And I like to just check it off that I did it. 2 boxes down, 1, 2. And then I have 1 box, 1. And then I go up 1, and then over 1. And I have a perfect reflection over the line. Okay, again, reflection is F, a flip. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is translation. And I'm going to underline the S and the L here. So right here, look at translation is a slide, SL. It slides across in the same direction. So these are all examples of translation. In this case, it was down at the bottom and it slid up. It's the same exact shape, it's just slid up. And in this case, it translated or slid over to the right. Okay, so when we translate, we just draw the same shape, but we just have to make sure it's the same spot on the line. So in this case, just make sure that these line up with each other, which it does. I drew my 3. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to draw. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, and then I just connect those 2. You'll see it's the exact same shape, except it's been translated or slid over the line. So today we talked about rotation, where we turn items or objects. We talked about reflection, when we flip objects over a line. And we talked about translation, when objects slide or a figure slides over a line.